Hey, what do I think about learning from tabs? I mean, I've learnt from tabs. I think everyone who's probably played guitar has learnt from tabs. Are you talking about regarding maybe doing that instead of reading music? I mean, I read tabs before I could read music, but I read music now, which is hard for guitar players. But yeah, I mean, if you can learn by reading tabs, fine. I mean, it's there to make our lives a bit easier, but maybe don't rely on it. Maybe keep, try and put it to memory as well. And it's more about learning the concepts, which is really going to help. But yeah, not got a problem with learning from tab. Oh, go on, stay around. Right, thanks. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Stay around. Don't feel, if you can do both, then that's great. That's how I learned. But oh, thanks. Don't feel bad about reading from tab. If you can do it, read the rhythm, because normally with tab you have the rhythm, so maybe concentrate on the rhythm more. But you know, if you can read the tab as well as read music, then you're doing better than a lot of people, because a lot of people can't even read tab fluently. So if you can read the music as well, then nothing wrong with that. Right, good question. And I think every guitar player has had this problem. What you need to do is go really slow. So like if I had a metronome, thank you. Yeah, so what I would do to get new lines, and especially new improvisation, is start really slow, because that way you're not relying on muscle memory, and then you will start to come up with come up with lines that you wouldn't normally play if you play it slow, because you don't want to rely on muscle memory. If you're playing something like this now, I'm not going to come up with really anything new. I might find a new rhythm or something, or I might find a note I want at a specific time, which is going to cause some tension, but lines are generally made when it's played really slow. So play with a click track at like 40, 50 BPM. And I'm talking really slow, where you can just go through lines going like, and then choosing whether to hit them, pick them, or a hybrid pick. So pick or legato. So I'm going so slow here, and maybe choosing notes I wouldn't normally play. And that's how you work it. If you practice stuff like this, up and down a scale, you're just going to be playing that one, improvising, and that's what you don't want. So my advice is, if you want new melodies, play really slow against the click, and choose notes you wouldn't normally choose. That's the best way, I think. That's the way I do it. Can you elaborate on manage to play different vibes or shapes? Yeah. I think I know what you mean, but just, yeah, if you explain. play different vibes or shapes. Do you mean like sounds and how I get? It's really like manipulating the sound I want from the scale. So over this is like a D minor 7, so like D Dorian. If I want to get a bit like spicy, I put in that major 7 over the chord. It goes from D minor, then it goes up a minor 3rd to F minor 7, so the same thing. F Dorian, and that major 7 if I want to create that. But knowing your scales of different fingerings, shapes wise, is the handy thing. So like again, this is in D Dorian. I want to be able to play my Dorian scale of multiple fingerings and not just rely on one shape. So like not just go, I should be able to play it like this, D Dorian, that kind of thing, D Dorian like this. So go on different fingers to try and get the shapes. That's how you learn different scales. So you can play it everywhere. So go for the major scale, Dorian, Mixolydian, anything like that. If you can play it off the first finger, middle finger, little finger, off the different strings, like E and A string really. If you could do the D, even better, but the first, so the lowest 2 strings, if you can play the scales of that and not just rely on one shape, then that's going to help you get the shapes right. Thanks. I mean, 2 big, massive influences on me. Love their playing. Control thing is just trying to. This is really good practice. Yeah, I'll save it. You can watch it. No problem at all. Shame you're not hanging around. But yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, this is what I'm doing really now. Is just trying to get better at control. Trying to practice. I had a couple of days off, so I'm just getting my fingers back to it really. I did a couple of like a live stream yesterday and the day before, but just practice wise. Yeah, I'll post it in a bit. Major and minor, obviously that goes without saying. If you can learn your major scales, minor scales, your harmonic minor, your melodic minor, especially with this harmonic minor, and your pentatonics. Like even just playing pentatonics, really underrated. Like I know people, you know, they'll go to that first and they'll bin it as soon as they learn other scales, but really keep the pentatonic stuff in your locker because it is so valuable to try and incorporate with the melodic minors, with the natural minors. Yeah, do stuff on tritone. I can add tritone to this, so like a good way to tritone. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Patreon is something I've thought about. It's just the timing of doing stuff, but I am going to be probably doing that. Yeah, I'll do a video on tritone. Tritone substitution, I'm assuming you're talking about. But yeah, that's cool. I actually use the quad cortex. Yeah, I'm using the quad cortex. I have a Helix Stomp though. They're great. I've had a Kemper, but I find the quad cortex to be nice. I think they're on my cloud. If you type in my name, James Davis, they should be on my cloud. If not, I will upload them. Yeah, good question. So you're thinking if I'm playing over a G altered chord? Am I thinking? Thanks, man. You're thinking Ilya? Is that? I don't know if I've butchered your name. You're thinking if I'm playing G superlocrian over, which is A flat melodic minor. You're right. I'm not, because I'm thinking of whatever the chord is playing over. I know it's an A flat melodic minor, but I am not thinking that's strictly A flat melodic minor. I'm thinking what it's like against the G. So yeah, I'm thinking over the G instead of the A flat. But if to start with, you can think of it like that. Think of it as a G altered chord or a G7. Move up one and play the superlocrian, which is the G altered, which resolves nicely to the one chord, in that case being C minor. But yeah, I think I started thinking like that at the start when I first learned the melodic minor, but then as time goes on, I don't. I think of it what the intervals are. So like here, if I'm thinking A flat melodic minor against the A flat, that's my root, right? But against the G, this is my flat 9. So I'm thinking it like that. It's really important to think of it over the chord you're playing over, rather than it's not against the A flat, it's playing against the G. If that makes sense. G's out. Yes, I see the interval again. I see the yeah, exactly what you've typed. The interval against the root being G. So I know if I play G altered, or G altered, whatever you want to play, I know I'm playing A flat melodic minor. To resolve to the C, right? I know it's A flat melodic minor, but I'm thinking in the root notes against the G. So, like for example, here, if I played that, just the altered. This is my G. This is my flat 9. I'm not thinking of it as this is the A flat and this is the major 7. Yeah, I'm not thinking of it like that. I think of it against the actual root of the what chord I'm over. Yeah, I'll share this track. I'll do another kind of similar one because I'll explain a few things that I do. Oh no, I'll just use this. But one thing you can do over this like stays quite static for a while in this D minor. Obviously I can use D Dorian. D Dorian scale. One thing as well that I could use, if I just pause it, is the melodic minor, so D melodic minor, which sounds really cool over it. So here's the melodic minor. If I get into it. Then you can combine them. Thanks, Isaac. How many root notes at this time do you see? 1. Well, just whatever you're playing over. Just whatever the root of the chord is. That's what I'm seeing. So in this case, I know it modulates to F minor 7, but I'm on the D minor 7 chord. I'm thinking every interval against the D. So that, yeah. So 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. So it's really just getting used to those intervals against the root. So only one root note. So yeah, going back to what I was doing. So I can play D Dorian. Yeah, still 1. But then if I play melodic minor, then it's up to F there. So F Dorian would be. F melodic minor. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing that you can do, which sounds quite nice if you want to get a bit more of an outside sound, is sidestepping. So literally take this shape you're playing, the D Dorian scale, in this case by the way, and then sidestep either a semitone higher or lower. So you'd be playing E flat Dorian, or you'd be playing C sharp Dorian. So that gives a really nice outside feel. So it keeps the scale you're using. You can just use this with minor pentatonic. Okay. Then step out by. But then you must come back in, because if you don't come back in, it's just going to sound really bad. So if I'm playing. So I'm just setting it up first. So I just stepped outside a couple of times, but making sure I come back in. So for instance, I used the pentatonic here, where I'm in pentatonic position 5. Oops, sorry. Yeah, so using pentatonic position 5 of D minor. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? You can manipulate that quite well. And I went to D flat, but then making sure I come back in. So you have to make sure you resolve on a chord tone. And don't stay out too long, because it just sounds, it just gets a bit annoying, and it's just, you don't really get the sound over, because if you're out for too long, it's just going to make you sound a bit too much out of harmony. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because you're implying like the flat 5 of the D minor. Basically, you're giving a sound of the D minor 7 flat 5 chord. Yeah, I do that as well. It's a good one, Isaac. Yeah, so. Yeah, so the other way what you can do is over this D minor 7 chord. I will post the backing track in the link in a bit when I get off the stream. If you're playing D minor 7, I'm incorporating the 5 chord over this. So the 5th of D being A, I can apply. Cheers, Lewis. Hope you're well, man. Yeah, I can apply the 5 chord over the D. So it's A altered, basically, I'm playing. And then I can resolve to D, even though there's no A altered there or no A7. Yeah, exactly. What you're just trying to get as out of the harmony as you can. That's the whole point. You're trying to get out of the harmonies, and a good way of getting out the harmony is moving it up or down a semitone for you to achieve that. You can superimpose like other arpeggios and stuff like that, but that's a typical one. Some other ones you can do, like I say, if you play A altered, so you're incorporating there's an A7 chord, but there's not actually one there. This is a nice sound as well that you can get. So I'm going to play it here. It's only a tiny bit. I'm just playing A altered near the end of the kind of where the conclusion of like the 4th bar kind of thing. You can hear. bit there. Yeah, that's cool, good idea. Also, you make a really light bend at the end of the note sometimes. Nick Johnson does that, adds. Oh, cheers. Maybe I've subconsciously got it from him. I don't know. I think Nick's a great player, absolutely a wicked player. Might just be one of those things I've picked on subconsciously. Books or knowledge that hurt you? I had a really good teacher. Really good teacher. His name was George Marios. If you check him out on YouTube or Instagram, excellent teacher. I learnt a lot from him. So just passing on my knowledge from him basically. Yeah, George Marios, very good player still, and he's a great friend. We're trying to get bigger. Thanks, I hope so too. I'm going to start doing some more videos and stuff, so hopefully it just grows from there. Practice really slow. That's how you develop. So if I'm playing lines, I'm practicing this slow, painfully slow. If you can't play it slow and maybe talk at the same time, it's never gonna get in your muscle memory. So play everything very slow. Like slower than that. That's probably too fast, but I'm not gonna bore you and do that. But yeah, you would really have to play really slow. That's how you develop left and right hand. Your technique. You can't practice. You don't practice fast. You don't practice playing along to tracks. That's the way. Yeah, and I mean, noodling around's fun. That's pretty much what I'm doing now, right? But if you want to get good at guitar or anything, like whether it's guitar, whether it's violin, piano, you have to be able to be patient and practice on your weaknesses. I'm noodling around here. I'm not practicing. This is, it's a kind of practice. I'm trying to practice some timing and stuff like that. But if you want to really be really accurate with your practice your weaknesses, practice stuff you don't know. So if I'm like, do I know all the notes on the fretboard? No. Well then, that's where you need to start. Do I know all my scales from different positions? Am I just relying on one shape? Okay, no. Do I know all my pentatonic shapes? No. And this is the sort of thing to practice. learning songs is cool and it keeps you on that kind of like fun path, but it's important to really, if you want the progression, especially less noodling and more like dedicated practice to those weak spots. Whoops. There you go. That was a bit of a shocker. Cheers, my ticket. Yeah, metronome. If you want the really good technique and be able to, it's visualization of the fretboard and the metronome. The time feel of the metronome is probably time feel is arguably the most important thing. Hence, you can play wrong notes on this, and as long as my timing is good, I can get away with it, right? anyone else got any other like little questions they want to ask before I'll have to shoot in a second? But I'll leave this up, put the backing track below. If anyone got any questions about what am I playing over it, it's just a good track to use an example to teach. So yeah, if you've got any questions, type away now because I'm going to be going in the next 5 minutes. Sure. So this would be the neck. So that's the bridge. Split between the neck and the middle. And then the bridge middle. Middle. I love this middle pickup actually. What am I? No worries. No, thanks, Corey. What are you focusing on during the vamp? Yeah, so I briefly went through it a minute ago. So this is like D Dorian. That's mainly what I'm playing. And then I'm doing like D melodic minor. Sorry. Then I was going to say with chromaticism, but then I screwed that up. So. Like that kind of thing. So yeah, melodic minor, chromaticism, and some chromaticism, and outside just sidestepping and incorporating the 5 chord with some altered scale. How long have I been playing? This kind of stuff, probably about 6 years. This kind of stuff, but in total, I've been playing since I was. No, not 6 years, what am I talking about? A bit longer than that. Total, I've been playing guitar for about, when did I start? I was about 12, 13. Started taking it seriously about 14, 15. 37 now. Long time. also using the diminished scale. Can you play Master of Puppets? What, as in Metallica? Yeah. Yeah, badly. Yeah, teenage years, that's more like, I haven't played that for years. But yeah. Yeah, good tune. Good tune. Are you a Metallica fan? Practice slow. I know it sounds boring, but practice to get fast at fast picking. You need to be able to play it slow so your hands can sync up. It's more about the hands syncing up. So like picking, alternate picking, like I used to be really like good at, but I'm more of a hybrid picker now. So even I'm a bit out of whack on that. Corey, just spontaneous at the moment, but I'm going to be doing a lot more. So maybe like 2 or 3 a week. So just keep an eye on the channel. If you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell, then you'll know when I'm going to be streaming. No, this is not disturbing. Ask away. Oh, I didn't even hear the key change there. Whoops. Right guys, I'm going to have to go. Thanks for sticking around, thanks for asking questions. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go and subscribe. I'll be doing some more live streams the next maybe 2 or 3 days. Probably tomorrow, maybe I've got a free kind of time. Ask away then, and yeah, if you want to share this stuff, no worries at all. I will put the backing in the description below. Thanks everyone, see you at the next one.